Live. There we go. So there's no one in here yet, but first and foremost, we only have two of our hosts in as of now. Let's see everyone else who would join. Everyone, slowly introduce yourselves, your channel, what you do on your channel, and why you love mermaids. You can go first.
Okay. All right. So I'm Leah from the channel Leah Reads YA, and I'm a booktube channel, and I like talking about what I'm currently reading. I do wrap-ups, book hauls, and I'm planning on starting some skits that I plan on doing maybe in a few months. So I'm hoping to get to
Is it just me or is she breaking up really bad?
She's breaking up.
And things like that.
Oh no. Okay.
Really, anything you said broke up really bad.
Oh, I didn't record it?
It like started breaking up and like you just became a robot and we're just like, is it just me?
Oh. Oh, okay. What was the last thing you heard?
Skit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, I plan on doing some book-related skits on my channel in the future, probably in a few months. And I love mermaids because as a kid, I grew up watching The Little Mermaid and things like that. And I just became fascinated with them, and I never got why Ariel wanted to leave. And so I just really got interested in finding out more about mermaids and seeing what I could learn about them through books, literature, and any media I could consume.
Okay, I guess I'll go. So I'm Olivia from the channel Bookish Bergkin 9, and I mainly post bookish videos, but I also talk about a lot about music and like the music genre I listen to, which is punk rock and alternative rock and stuff like that. But like I haven't done a lot of that recently, but I've done a lot of books recently. That makes a lot of sense, right? And I love mermaids because I watched my mom forced me to watch The Little Mermaid when I was younger. And ever since then, like it's just been a part of my life and in my blood. If you can't see my room right now, but I have like a Little Mermaid comforter on my bed, and I have a bunch of like Little Mermaid like stuff. But I just like mermaids, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how we became friends.
That's true.
All right, but my name is Sirena. You can call me Sirena, you can call me Sirena, whichever you like. But my name means mermaid, and that's where my love for mermaid comes from. I'm from the channel Follow the Books. I make videos about diversity, mermaids. I have an obsession with orcas. I do a lot of book reviews, book tags, makeup. I'm just like a combustion of a whole bunch of different things. And I'm trying to experiment more with my channel, being as I have been on BookTube for 3 years. And now I'm starting to see these influx of subscribers, but hello guys. Again, why I love mermaids, my name means mermaid. It is literally the Spanish word for mermaid. And when I was little, my mom had this obsession with mermaids even before she had me. She was like, when I have my first kid, her name's gonna be Mermaid, and here I am. But my mom bought me everything possible you can think about for mermaids. And when The Little Mermaid was released from like the vault, I was just born. So like all this stuff was coming out. I had the mermaid comforters on my crib. I had like decals and posters everywhere. And it's like the mermaid obsession was instilled in me since I was little. And it's now like being instilled in like my little sister, and like to the point that we all love mermaids. So it was like, it's part of my blood. And if I didn't love mermaids with the name mermaid, it would be totally ironic. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever asked anyone this question, but where does your channel name stem from? Because I have a funny story from mine, because I was watching Chamber of Secrets at the time, and I was trying to figure out what should I name my book club. And then Ron was like, "Follow the spiders. Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies?" And I'm like, follow the books. There it is. There's my name.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, so funny story about mine. I went through a channel name change. So when I first made my channel, I didn't know what exactly I wanted to do. Like, I want to talk about books, obviously, but like I also want to talk about music and like random stuff. So originally it was like Liv's musical library or book library, something like that. And I'm like, this is too long. This is too weird. I'm changing it. So I had to think about it. And I'm like, well, I'm bookish. And I love the Maximum Ride series. And if you don't know the Maximum Ride series, I talk about it all the time on my channel. It's about kids who were experimented on and they were turned into bird children. So I was like, bookish, bird kid. And then so there's 9 books. So I put the 9 at the end. And I'm like, this is my new channel name and I'm sticking to it.
That's cool. See, mine, honestly, I kind of wanted to do a partial alias for my name because my full name's actually Aaliyah, but I decided to use my nickname Leah. That's what everyone calls me. And I decided I wanted to keep it pretty short and sweet. And I thought Reads YA because honestly, I only read YA. I mean, the only other things I really get into aside from YA is like maybe a handful of adult fantasy series, some manga, graphic novels, but I really just read YA. And so I figured I could take my love for YA and then I could just put something simple like Reads YA at the end of it. And so it was just that. I mean, there's nothing fancy. It's not as cool as those stories, but that's how I got my channel name.
It says a lot and also like is a representation of who you are. But I love finding like stories about people's channel names because it says a lot with the person you are, like I said, and I think it's really, really cute. But let's start talking about the read-a-thon. First and foremost, I always ask, how many books did you read?
That's a good question. I didn't count. Hold on, I gotta think about that.
I read The Surface Breaks. I read Of Neptune. I read The Little Mermaid. And then I read Mermaids, the Myth, Legends, Lore book that I forgot to check off on Goodreads that I'll do later. So I read 4.
That's cool. I read 3. I read Lost Voices by Sarah Porter. I had to reread that one because it's one of my favorites. And I read Teenage Mermaid by Ellen Schreiber. And then I read the traditional Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen. But I think it was this special illustrated edition I found, and I really liked the art. So that was pretty cool.
Oh my God, Jenny's here!
Hi. I was at a restaurant, so I was like, I'm done eating. I'm going to go outside and run and like go on hang out.
Yes, this is how you have to do it. But
Yeah.
okay. We all like did our introductions for like ourselves. Why don't you introduce yourself, your channel name, why you love mermaids, and the story behind your channel name?
Okay. So my name is Jennifer. I'm from, oh my God, there's so much people. Okay. Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm from the channel City of Books, and the name of my channel just honestly came from my love of the mortal instruments, because City of Bones, and I was just like, I love books. Let's see if it's available. It was available. Went with it. Why I love mermaids, let's be honest, I always watched a lot of mermaid shows when I was like younger, and they look so cool. Like, who wouldn't want a like colorful tail, let's be honest, and to swim in the ocean? And was there anything else? Oh my God.
How many books did you read? That's where our is now.
I only read 2. God, I feel horrible. It's just because I just came to North Carolina, so I just read The Surface Breaks and The Little Mermaid, and that's about it. And I feel so suckish for doing that, but there was no time.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I read 3. I read The Surface Breaks, Up Neptune, and Sea Spell by Christopher Donnelly. And I started Poor Unfortunate Souls, but then I didn't read it in time for it. I just kind of gave up at that point. I'm like, I read 3. It was fine. But, like, I wish I read more because I had, like, 2 more to go at that point. I was like, let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, like, the read-a-thon, again, this year, it was right after the BOOKTUBE-a-thon. So I was like, am I going to read anything this week? But
what's funny is every time we do this read-a-thon, I'm on vacation. So it's like I'm bringing all of these books with me, and everybody's like, why? And I'm like, I'm doing this thing, you know, it's fine. And it's just hard because I want to either relax or I just want to sleep. So it's kind of like I don't want to do anything besides that. But yeah, I only read 3. Okay.
We've all like have read the original like Hans Christian Andersen Little Mermaid story, correct? Yes, no, maybe so. At least one.
Yeah.
Olivia hasn't. Seriously, head. No. Olivia, you have to read it, but I'll ask this question next year then. But in regards to like everyone's host video, what did you enjoy about like the process of creating it, or like your favorite aspect of it? What did you like about your host video?
Okay, I'll start with this one. What I really liked about my host video personally was just being able to recommend more mermaid books because honestly, watch BookTube and you don't see a lot of people talk about them. And I was glad to be able to put that knowledge out there so people can find it and actually see mermaid books that aren't the mainstream ones or things that are heavily advertised. Because oftentimes, mermaid books that do come out, you don't know about them until they've been out for years and years. And so I just want to be a stepping stone people can use to get access to them.
I loved your video. I literally was there like, okay, I need this one. Okay, I need this one. And I need that one. I was just like, why?
Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
When I was
Yeah,
figuring
I
out
did,
how to do my like what to do for my host video, like I didn't really know what to do. Like when I was creating the idea, I was like, what should I do? Because like I'm constantly at work, so like I'm not doing anything fun. So like how will I incorporate mermaids and vlogging as a mermaid at work? And somehow it worked. I didn't get caught. But like I mean, it was fun just trying to like show a mermaid in like a different environment than like either here like in your house or in the water, and like kind of see like their perspective of like what it's like to work at a job or what it's like to do something else. Like I don't know. That's what I thought of mine.
I loved my dog for that day. Hi, mommy. It was my favorite thing in the whole entire world. And I did like the vloggy type thing that I did every summer, and it was just enjoying the thing to have like my boyfriend in it this year. And I was just like, everything was just it was so cute, and I can't. But my favorite thing for like my host day video, what was my host day? Oh yeah, turning fictional characters into mer people. I got a different form for it. I literally wanted to continue the words, but I was just like, I'm gonna hurt my hand afterwards. And then I made my book trailer, and then I ended up drawing more mermaids. That was my favorite thing about that.
My favorite part was probably the end because that crown that I made, it took way too long. Ooh. But it was so fun making it because I always wanted one of those crowns, but it was difficult, very difficult. Oh my god! But yeah, I can't even. This keeps pausing. I'm so confused.
It's the internet. Because everyone keeps counting out as well. But no, Jenny, I feel your pain with the mermaid crown because, like, mine came out really pretty too. Mm-hmm. But, like, so many. I don't understand why it's so dark in this room. The light's on. I look really dark. Do I need to, like, sit in front of a window? So you guys can physically see me. Okay. I want to ask questions about the book, but I want to ask one more question about the read-a-thon. Whatchamacallit? I know me and Olivia, usually every year we do like multiple besides our own hosting video. What was your favorite one to film, Olivia? So, like, that wasn't
I think my favorite was the DIY just because I worked the hardest on the DIY. Like, I mean, like I liked the way I edited it very well. Like I liked the music that I used and everything. Like I mean, I always like adding music and stuff, but I think it just turned out really well. Like, in the beginning, it looked like really bad, but then when I like went over the background again, like with the blue paint, I was just like, it looks much better. And then I dried it outside, so that made it much better. But yeah, I think my favorite was either the DIY or the
Okay, I didn't hear the last word you said.
I just said I said I guess I liked my DIY.
I don't know which, because I was very superbly proud of myself. But favorite thing to do was make my mermaid look. I didn't want to take any of it off afterwards. It literally took me hours after I filmed that to take it off because I looked so nice that I was like, I don't want to take it off. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. No, no, no. Okay. Let's go into book. I'm honest to goodness really interested to what you guys thought about the book. So I have my copy here. So what do you guys think about The Surface Breaks by Louise O'Neill? Your ratings, your thought process, just overall, what do you guys think about it?
Okay, I'll go first. I think I have a lot of thoughts about it. How do I put these into words without seeming not like mean, but I mean I liked it. I think like I rated it on Goodreads as a 4, but like in my mind I gave it like a 3.5 because like I liked it, but the main character seemed very annoying. Like I don't know if anybody else felt that way, but she felt very annoying, and it was kind of dark. I don't know how I felt about the darkness. And like I know that's what happens in like the original like thing, but it was so dark, and I don't know. I was like meh about it at the end. I don't know. You guys talk about it.
Okay, so basically when I was reading it, like I wasn't able to finish it because I just like it lost me at a certain point and I just had to pick up something else so I could continue reading because it was on the verge of putting me in a reading slump. But what I did read was about like half of it and it was okay. What I read I thought was okay. And as for the character thing, like the character didn't really bother me too much, mainly because when I read I have this thing I do where I can just kind of tune out a character's thing and kind of look at it from a distance. I can look at the work and see what's going on without being really super bothered by what the character is doing. So that didn't affect me too much. But I mean, I can't speak too much on it because I didn't read the whole thing. But I mean, what I did read, I just thought was okay.
I hated her dad. Like
I mean, who didn't?
I wanted to punch him. Like if it was real, I wanted to punch him.
I really hated that part when he was like to the I forgot the guy that was trying to get her, but anyway, he was like, if she wasn't my daughter, like I would be with her. I was like, ew. Oh.
That's disgusting. Oh my gosh.
I was so grossed out by him. Like
Grossed out about the father and then like the war general that I'm getting his name that's like betrothed to her, and a lot of it I was like, it took me a while to understand why this was a feminist novel, like why it was being proclaimed as one. It wasn't until like we met the Sea Witch that I immediately like, because of like the connotation of like the original story and of the Little Mermaid, I expected to like hate her, but then she started like talking and she said a lot of like thought-provoking things, especially with like my favorite thing that she said was when talking about how men perceive women and how we are perceived to be a certain body type and that anything else is perceived as ugly. And she's like, why should I feel like I need to fix myself in any way when I'm fine in my body and this makes me comfortable and I feel beautiful like this? And I was just like, I honestly truly love that. That's like one of my new favorite quotes. And almost every single thing that ever came out of her mouth was like, you're like my new favorite character. Why were you were the best? Can I just get a story about you? Screw Margarine, whatever her pronounce her name is. I just want a story about her and honestly, how everything unreal. And I was just like, I was amazed. I literally, that's the only reason why I rated this book a 4 stars, because of her and like how she broke down everything in regards to what she was telling the Little Mermaid about how she like failed her mother in a sense, and like finding out like about what happened to her mom and her whole entire speech at the end. And then when the Little Mermaid's little speech at the end, like going out to her father and just being able to set her sisters free. And in the end, she's like, I've done my part. Now, in order to continue to fight for women and those who are screwed over by men, I will turn myself into this thing that I've always been shamed and supposed to be scared of as a kid. And now I would become my own person and my own, like, write my own story. And I was like, that was good. That was the only parts that was like, definitely a feminist novel, but at the beginning, I literally hated every part of it, and I wanted to scream until she got to land.
Honestly, though, that whole beginning was just a drag. It was like, I'll finish it. I have to finish it.
I had told myself, I'm like, normally, like, if this wasn't for the readathon, I probably wouldn't have finished it already if I knew what it was about. But I was like, you know what? Like, finish it. Like, you have to. Like, you know, so you could talk about it. And then, like, again, like, the Sea Witch was basically my favorite character. Like, the only character that I liked in that whole book. And I was just blown away by how awesome it was. I was like, this is great.
I also like how we had like a little bit of like LGBT plus representation in there, and finding out one of her sisters was a lesbian, and we're like, that makes so much sense. One of them had to be. You can't just be like, oh, 7 sisters, they're all straight. Oh, there's 6 in here. Not 7. Little Mermaid movie has 7. But I really like that part too. And honestly, if the book wasn't so pretty, like the cover wasn't so gorgeous, I would have never picked it up.
True.
That's why I wanted to read the other one instead. Like, that sounds really bad now that, like, I'm saying it out loud. But, like, I kind of wanted to read the other one instead. But, like, you know, it was like everybody else wanted this one. So I was like, I'll take it.
The thing is, this book won by, like, 1 vote. Like, I personally would have preferred to read To Kill a Kingdom because it was getting such good reviews. Like, I've seen the fan art for it. And I need this book in my life. And I'm considering picking it up. I just honestly might make it that art group book here and through the voting. Just like, no, our book is To Kill a Kingdom. Sorry, no voting.
You know, I actually bought it. And I was going to read it. Like, actually, that's the besides the form for the book I was going to read. And finish any of my books. So, kind of salty about it.
At least I have this pretty cover on my shelf. That's the only thing that makes me happy. But the fact that it's really pretty. What else would you guys like to talk about? I'm blanking. Okay.
I'm curious. Have any of you guys ever tried mermaiding?
Like, putting on a tail and swimming in the ocean with it? Or, like,
I wouldn't say the ocean, just anywhere, like a pool or a lake or wherever you would swim at.
I want to, but I've never done it.
Oh, yeah.
I want to.
Yeah.
I want to. Well, my little sister has a mermaid tail, and I am so jealous of her.
Yeah, my mom for Christmas or my birthday, my oldest two, got me a one of those mermaid tail blankets. It's supposed to be mating. I'm gonna get to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I was on my vacation. I went to Virginia Beach, so we went to the aquarium like on our last day, and they actually had like a exhibit or something like that where like you can like go and like swim with the mermaid and whatever. But like we didn't go. You know, I just wanted to see the turtles, and then I wanted to go home.
This motorcycle comes riding in with the loudest music. Like, what are you doing?
Oh,
Oh my god.
And his face said all of it. She's just like,
I was like waiting for it to pass. I was like, what?
That's so funny.
yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think about your other mermaid books that you read? I think, like, I know what Sirena thinks of one of them, just because she texted me, but what do you think?
Well, one of the books I read, it's still going, still going.
like down there. I can't zoom in. Dumb.
You get it, bro.
So, I mean, the only other mermaid book I read was The Little Mermaid. So I'm.
We lost her.
She paused. It's frozen. We're just gonna wait. The other book she wrote was The Little Mermaid. I read that as well. This is the second time I've read that one, and my opinion has changed reading it the second time. Finish that.
Also, how did it change?
The first time I read it was the first time I've ever thought about reading the original story, and I was very disappointed that it wasn't exactly like the Disney movie. Being as like that was my first introduction to like mermaids in general. And I didn't like it, and I didn't like how it ended. And then reading again a second time as 2 years older, I was able to pick up more on it and understand it as like on a literature base, not so much as of, oh, this is something I can enjoy. It's just like I understood it more.
Okay, so I read like I'm not gonna spoil like any of those for you guys because they are ending to a trilogy and a series. So Neptune was such a disappointing ending. I hated the ending so much. I hated like half the characters in that book. Like I liked the first two books, but then the third book I don't think really was needed, just because it didn't really do much. And then Sea Spell was so good, like so good. It just really, I think it just wrapped everything up, and there's like a potential for like a spinoff. I want there to be a spinoff of like these two characters that I want to end up together. I mean, they end up getting together, but like I want to see their lives together. Like, is that bad?
No. I remember you read Deep Blue, and I was so proud. I was just like,
that was
I love this,
wasn't it? From like the first one.
That was our first book, yeah.
Now I'm finished full quartet, man.
It's funny because I haven't, and I love this series.
I haven't either.
Neither have I, honestly. I just got the last book, but I haven't read it yet.
I remember when the last book came out, and like all the bigger booktubers were like promoting it and everything. And I remember it, but like I was like, oh, I never read that series. Like I don't know if I want to. And then now that I'm done with the series, I'm like, I would read this again in a heartbeat, man. Like it was.
Many of the bigger booktubers got sent that series, and I was so excited because I was like, yes, mermaids, get them, yes. And none of them read them, and I was like,
thanks.
Wow, like, yeah.
If they join our read-a-thon, they would read them, and then now that they would be satisfied with themselves.
I mean, I've told Emma several times that she should join us, but she hasn't yet. I would try to convince her this year when we see her at BookCon.
I was trying to get my friend Abby to join, and she's like sort of big, but like not like she's not large. She's just like she's got more subscribers than me. So I think everybody with more subscribers than me is a YouTuber. So I was like, Abby, join me, and she didn't. But
Of Neptune giving deals that I didn't think were relevant. The only part that I liked was, I guess, Emma being happy. In a sense. That's it. That's all I'm going to say because I don't spoil. But the silver crab's kind of happy about it.
The whole like fight me and Golan, I'm like throughout the whole like that one fight just didn't need to happen. Like this is really weird.
And honestly, I got super excited when they talked about what college they were going to, because like that was one of the colleges I was gonna apply to.
Yeah.
This is a book based in New Jersey, which is really, really exciting because all three of us, Jenny and Olivia and I, are all from New Jersey. So we're just like,
there's almost nothing in New Jersey.
There's barely any book based in New Jersey. So when you find one, you're like,
oh yeah,
it's like I found my book.
My book's from New Jersey. I mean, I might change it, but you know. Who knows? Yeah, but see,
I have one more question, and then I'm gonna like give you guys the floor, whatever you guys want to ask. But my last question is, what do you want to see in the future in regards to Read-A-Thon? Because we have Leah, who's like the brand new host, one of our brand new hosts, and then Jen and Olivia have been with these from the beginning. And each year it just progressively gets better. But as for you, which I am on top of planning as much. What do you guys want to see next year?
I think it'd be cool to get more people involved. I mean, because I know it's kind of small, and that's cool. But I mean, I feel like if we could get a few, like, get the word out there, spend some time to promote it, and get it in, like, put it in the hands of the right people who would actually enjoy participating, or fellow mermaid lovers, or book lovers, or anyone who would be down, then I feel like it'd be a little bit better because then you have more people, more cool pictures to look at, more videos to watch, or just more people to interact with and possibly make friends with.
I mean, I think it's not like something we can do, but I feel like there should be more of a plethora of mermaid books out there. So there's very limited mermaid books out there. So it's very hard to pick what to read when it's hard to pick what to read since, you know, we've read most of them like that exist. Or there's books out there that we don't know exist. So like nobody's talking about them. So like, we don't know what they're about. And like I would just like to see like more mermaid books in general because like now that I'm done the Waterfire saga and I'm done with the Poseidon trilogy, like what do I read? Because those are like the two main ones that like I knew about besides like the other books that I have. And so that's just like one thing I would like to know about, not like
like more mermaid books and like having more authors published mermaid books.
Yeah.
A plethora of fairies and fairies are so much out, but like mermaids are better.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, because one thing I heard somebody say this once, I can't remember where, but they were basically saying that fairies are the new age version of vampires in the early 2000s. And I thought about it. I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense because everybody's writing about fairies now. Like literally everybody. You got Cassandra Clare, Holly Black, Sarah J. Maas, and other people. It's just a lot.
I think it just takes like one good like mermaid book to like get everybody into the mermaid book and like kind of like, okay, I want to write mermaid books now. Like, let's do it. But like, it hasn't happened yet, and I feel like mermaids need their time to shine.
Right.
Yeah, like this year they've had kind of a little time to shine with like so many books coming out. As in, like we have To Kill a Kingdom, we have The Surface Breaks, we have The Sea Witch, which I really really want to read. But not enough people are talking about it and like making it a thing for people to be like, oh yeah, mermaid books, they're the best.
Right, right. We just need it to blow up. There just needs to be that one book that blows up. And honestly, I feel like To Kill a Kingdom was a really good start to that because everybody on BookTube and online was just talking about it and taking pictures of it and everything. They were raving about it. And so I feel like that was a good start. We just need to keep adding on to it. And it's funny you mentioned Sea Witch because I actually met that author about a week ago. And she's actually really nice. And it was cool talking to her about her book and everything she did with it.
She seems like a really nice person.
I mean, there's a bunch of new ones, like you said, Sea Witch and also Sea Fire, which I don't know if it's out yet. It's going to be out like sometime this month. But hopefully more people will promote it on YouTube and everything, because then it would really get blowing up. And hopefully help us in the future.
But like, I think one thing regarding like the maybe like I don't know, like kind of open up the floor for like more like different types of challenges because like it's hard to think of your own challenge and like figure it out. Like I know I had issues trying to figure out like what to do for my day and like make it up. Like I feel like, you know, if we had more people, then we could all like bring in a pool of ideas and then kind of choose one or two and like kind of pick from those pools of like thinking about it because like I had one and then I switched it and then I switched it again and then I just was like, you know, I'm just gonna do this, and like, I don't know. I feel like the options are kind of limited for video options, but like, I don't know. Same with reading options too.
Okay.
Better.
Sorry, I'm getting back in my dad's car. So.
Literally, everybody is paused. Is everyone paused? You're not paused. Go like this.
I'm not paused.
Jenny's the only one paused. Alright. We have to go because I know that Jenny's in the car now. Leah has to go tomorrow, and Olivia starts to go tomorrow. Like she's moving tomorrow. I like thank you guys for like telling me what I can and can't do for like the readathon regards. So like my biggest thing I know is we need more people, and I would love to have more people. So because we go to BookCon, us 3 out of 4 of us, we can I can design something.
That's what I'm about to offer. Actually,
like, start like either handing out while we're like going to convention, like going to different panels or stuff like that, or just simply like striking up conversations with like bigger other booktubers, because like I know when I see them, like I act like the most calmest normal person in the whole entire world, and it's always really funny because like it's me being like, hi, how are you, how's your day going, and there's like a look, and then my sister freaking out behind me.
Why
so, like
say anything?
Hi. We can just start talking more to other people, and like I'll design like a poster for the at least give out next year.
Okay, that sounds cool. And if you ever
honestly,
need help designing anything, just let me know.
We'll start like planning again early, as well as we'll start publicizing it more. But like, let me announce our giveaway winners. I went on Classroom Tools and did a little wheel spinner. And so for our Instagram winner, we had 3 people for each category that did our challenges. We had Pages for Wings, To Be Read 92, Serafina the Bibliologist, and the person that won was Serafina the Bibliologist. So she will win a mermaid necklace. Our next one is our BOOKTUBERS. So we had To Be Read, we had our lovely host, Paula, we had Olivia, and then we had a girl named Carolina. And the winner was To Be Read 92. And then our last one was our blog host, which we had To Be Read 92 again. And we had a girl named Charity Rao, and the winner was Charity Rao. Big giant person who won a book and the mermaid necklace. I entered everyone's names in, and our big winner is Serafina from the Bibliologist. Congratulations, you have won the Siren by Kier Cass and a mermaid necklace, which the mermaid necklace is super cute. But yes.
Congrats.
Congratulations, everyone. But guys, thank you for being my host. Olivia, Jenny, thank you every year for sticking with me. Leah, thank you for joining us and just being a wonderful person. And I'm really, really excited for next year, as per usual. And I will be asking everyone in January, like, who's hosting again? Who's not hosting again? And if we get more people, like, wanting to be hosts, then I might extend it a day or 2, depending on how many people we get. But again, thank you so much. I adore all of you girls. And I will see you guys next year for the readathon.
Bye. See you next year.
Bye.
Bye.